Okay, we're hoping this works. It's been a while. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I've had some problems. I've taken care of them, I hope, and should be back on a regular basis. I want to start doing some live broadcasts on YouTube and Facebook and whatnot, and I'll leave messages out here for you to figure out, when that's going to happen. All right. Okay. Today I wanted to talk about this the pandemic. Now, you all know when you go, you don't shake hands anymore. You go up and you sort of give them the old elbow tap, And I said, well, gee, I guess that's a good idea. Kind of awkward if you're carrying packages or something. Then I started thinking about, let's see, how many times do you wash your elbows a day? I mean, if you come right in the house, you're going to wash your hands, probably take your wristwash off, wash your wrists to move your ring around. I mean, if that's really good, but how many of you are going to wash your elbow? And let's say you wear a long sleeve shirt, even if you roll it up, okay, and you do an elbow tap, are you spraying that shirt with some sort of Lysol or something like that, or are you just going to keep going on and tapping elbows all day long? Well, I don't really think it's the tapping the elbows is such a great idea. I mean, you ever try to hit the elevator button when you're carrying two satchels in your hands? And you're going out there and you're trying to hit the elevator button. Yeah, that's not easy. I mean, what are you going to do? You got to take your time, and package down or something like that. But it's mostly about the cleaning, It sits on everything. It sits on tabletops, it sits on desktops, it sits on arm. Mine's sitting on my armrest right now in my chair. As I to you. How many times do you wipe the armrest down? How many times do you wipe your desk down after other people have touched it? Without being extremely obvious or paranoid about it, I do the old fist bump, and if I'm not going anywhere, I'm worried about if I feel a person is, not taking care of themselves. I have a little bit of sanitizer in my portable sanitizer, and I move my ring around and I wipe my hands there real good. That takes care of that. I spray my shoes. Do you spray your shoes? Yeah, I spray my shoes. Here in the apartment, you spray your shoes when you come into the complex, and they have hand sanitizer available at the main gate. And then you come into the alleyway leading to my apartment, and I have a hand sanitizer there. And then when I go to the elevator, I don't use my elbow, I use my knuckle. And then I go, as soon as I'm in the house, we spray our shoes. Usually when I'm going out, because I can't go anywhere really, it's with the dog. So I come in and I wipe the dog's paws and everything in his face, and then I spray his harness with the disinfectant, and then we walk over to then I walk into the bathroom and I wash my hands real good, take my ring off, take my watch off, wash my hands real good. I guess that's the best you can do. I mean, I'm not going to... I wear a mask all the time, too. I should say that. I don't really care if other people wear their masks or not. Just they'll wear a mask to stay the fuck away from me, I mean, I'm not going to go up and hug you and kiss you. That's really, barring a vaccine or something, that's pretty much all you can really do. And what's going to compound this whole mess down in Latin America is that Zika, a new strain of Zika that people aren't immune to, the ones that had Zika, is making the rounds. Now that's a mosquito-borne disease, And my pet peeve about that, you got mosquito-borne diseases. How come there aren't any screens in the windows down here? Okay? I'm serious, there are no screens. They'll put bars up on the windows to keep the burglars out, but they won't put a screen up to keep the little mosquito out. But anyway, getting back to the COVID-19 thing, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we'll talk about later on as we go on. But I don't know of anything else you can personally do. I mean, you know, how you spray all your surfaces with Lysol and everything like that. I kind of think I might have a slight advantage when I looked up at the disease. That the disease most it's in its worst cases, it's actually a pneumonia that gets into your lungs and whatnot, like bronchial infections and whatnot. That's what's really tearing people up and killing them. Well, when I left for Colombia, I got the pneumonia virus. At that time, I was over 60, so I only got it one time. I think if you're under 60, you got to get it a couple of times in your lifetime. And the one I got protects against 23 or 28 different variations of pneumonia, so I think I might be a little protected by that. But I was always, I wondered why they didn't take that vaccine and try to expand upon it in some manner or form to see what it could do against something like COVID-19. I think too many times we have a vaccine that does work for something, and then we on the side so we can have a new vaccine, you know. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to, if and when they'll ever get a vaccine for this, you know. If they're anybody will, you know, get around to use it. Yeah, there's another little interesting thing. Who's going to pay for this vaccine? How much is it going to cost? I mean, they're spending. I've heard numbers talking in the billions of dollars on research to get this vaccine. They're not going to just give it to the public. So there's going to be people that don't get it, and there's going to be, which means the virus is going to keep coming back. You're not going to eradicate the virus. I don't know. Actually, the city I live in is in the forefront of respirator manufacturing and virus research. They might come up with something before the rest of the world does, which would be pretty cool. Let's see. I think that's it for right now, you know. Just think about that elbow thing, though. I mean, come on. You know, really, what's wrong with it? You don't go, boom, you know, with your fist bumps. You just tap fists, you know. If you don't want to shake hands with anybody. I mean, if you're going to use sanitizer right afterwards, shake hands with a guy. You know, what's the difference, you know? The reason they do that is that you can't touch your elbow to your eyes and your nose, and they think that you'll touch your hands right away to your eyes and your nose. And if, like I said, if I'm going to be out for a while and I can't get to wash my hands, I just hand sanitizer after I fist bump somebody. I don't fist bump anybody else, and I keep my hands away from my face as much as possible. I got the mask on, I wear glasses, so you know. Let's see. All right, listen. This was a short one. Like I said, I'm going to try and come back and do live videos pretty soon. And see, as you can see, I need to make a slight adjustment with the camera so that you know, you can see the fat, not just the face. Okay. Hey, everybody.